Hey guys, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Morphin Metacast. What is going on, Prime?
Guten Tag, mein Dude. Guten Tag, mein Fräuleins. What's up? What's up?
Been a month, man. Life,
Been
work, gaming.
Shit happens. Shit happens. I feel really bad because I'm a huge Mass Effect appreciator. I wouldn't say fan. That's a strong word.
I appreciate it. I'm not like a Uber, like for as much as I am into like the sci-fi stuff, like Babylon 5 and all that kind of stuff. Like Mass Effect was kind of like right up my alley, but I'm not like a Uber fan or anything.
Yeah, like I played the first 3 games because I had to hold off because I didn't get the first one on Xbox. So I didn't have an Xbox at the time, but
I bought it on PS3 for me.
Yeah, that's why I was waiting on the PS3 collection so I could play all 3 games like back to back, and I played that shit like a long ass movie. Loved it to death. And the only reason I'm mentioning it because obviously, the Legendary Collection dropped and I didn't get it yet. But like, you motherfuckers are giving me a hard case of FOMO right now. Posting them screenshots because I didn't get it because I got time to play the motherfucker. I got like a backlog of games and shit that I hadn't even touched yet.
You have first world problems. You know what? The only reason why I don't have those issues is because the dickheads that bought all those fucking computer the computer graphics cards and shit is keeping me from building my damn gaming computer. So it's like this computer that I'm using right now for podcasting works perfectly. I'm not putting no games on this shit because I'm not having this shit slow down. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna build another computer. And then all of a sudden we had a shortage of graphics cards that is still ongoing into 2021. I'm like, well, I guess I'm not gonna build this shit till probably late this year or early next year, maybe. So, so thank God I don't have a backlog of stuff. So, it's not that giant. So I'm enjoying it so far. I'm on the first game, obviously. I only played like the first 30 minutes of it and stuff. And I was going to play through it last night. And then I was like, I'm tired. I don't feel like playing through this. So I'm just going to stop right here. So,
like, I'm still behind on fucking new Pokemon Snap. Like, I've only played like 30 minutes of that at most.
Is that good?
It's what I would call my relax game. Like the mechanics aren't deep. You're just taking pictures of fucking Pokemon.
So it's like an extended version of the 64 version, basically.
Yeah. So for what I play so far, and it's not bad. Like I say, it's like don't go in expecting like deep mechanics. It's like you're just taking fucking pictures of Pokemon. Like that's it.
Yeah. I look after watching Detective Pikachu, I'm like, I don't want live action Pokemon. I don't need those problems. I don't.
I have words for that movie.
Hated it, or is it just like meh? Like
It's man, like I really feel like a Pokemon movie should be a Pokemon movie and not Deadpool the Great Mouse Detective. There are a lot of elements there that I liked that I wish they could have been expounded on.
I like the world building of it though. It was pretty good.
That's what I did enjoy, even though like a lot of the aspects of it were just Pokemon in name only, like. The whole aspect of that fucking city, like anyway, that's
I know.
Pokemon podcast.
I enjoyed it and stuff. It's kind of one of those like it was the most safest video game movie that didn't piss people off, and I think that's the best way to go about it. It's like as long as you didn't piss people off, you're fine. It's like all right,
and I think it's for a family movie for people for like introducing some people to the concepts of Pokemon, for telling the story. I didn't mind the story that it told. I didn't mind some of the routes that it took. Like I said, it's a fine movie. I didn't hate it before. You just a fucking hater, Prime. No, I thought the movie was okay. I also really liked Sonic the Hedgehog, surprisingly.
Look, like every little kid that I saw at the screener for both of those movies, they ate both of those fucking movies up. They lost their shit.
That's what fucking counts.
That's why Sonic made the money. That's why Sonic and Protect Pikachu made all the money, because it's like, hey, the kids were there, they fucking enjoyed the shit out of it. So it's like, all right, cool.
And like the one legitimate criticism about Sonic the Hedgehog that I would entertain is that I saw someone,
Humans.
I mean, not even just that. Like I saw somebody saying that the movie should have been animated, and I was like, well, then it would have been an entirely different movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. The vibe of it would have been a bit different. So, I mean, it seems like the people behind those movies, I will say on the Sonic side, it's like somebody there is in that room telling them, hey, don't do that shit. That's stupid.
They should have been in the room before they did that first fucking design. Where were you? Where you could have saved a lot of people out of money.
They came afterwards. Stress. They came afterwards, Prime. They came after that. Somebody kicked in the door and was like, what is this shit?
Like, excuse the fuck out of me. What are y'all doing? I'm not paying for that.
That's why I'm glad when I saw those screenshots of Knuckles, I was like, oh, thank you. You actually got Knuckles right. All right. Thank you. I mean, you gave him some red Timberlands, but little details. I'm fine with that. That's
I mean,
cool.
He's a little swoller than I'm used to Knuckles being. I mean, I guess they're going with that Sonic Boom aesthetic. That's fine, I guess. That's fine.
Swear to God, you know what, man? For the longest time, I always felt Knuckles was the muscle between the three. So I always
he's a boxer. That makes sense, right?
yeah.
He's
So
out of pocket.
it's funny to me how everybody makes fun of the fucking rise of Lyric Knuckles, and I'm like, nah, he looked like he would be a big bulky dude that's out there fucking punching people. So I'm like, I'm fine with that. I mean, you know, Big the Cat would probably be the one I would assume was that. It was like, no, Big the Cat is just he's just the lovable big guy.
Well, I'm waiting on the inevitable reboot of Big when he gets on that Slim Fast and gets sexy. So we'll see.
You know what? I'm one of those people where it's like, you know what? No, let him be fat. All right, we got to have a diversified body styles for everybody here. All right, you can't just slim down Big and it's like you're not Big the Cat anymore. It's not cool.
I don't know. Final Fantasy 14 just got those bunny boys. You know, that's just in the rage now, bro. You know, you don't know.
This is true.
Six pack Big might be the route we need to be taking recently now.
Just gain mass and shit. But anyways, so we're here to talk about, as the title Toei Hates Money is as the title of Morphin Metacast is, I'm gonna let Prime take over on what this is all about, because when he laid it on me, I was like, nah, it's probably bullshit. And then more news came out. I was like, oh, this is for real. Wow. So you want to explain to people what happened with old Johnny Toei and the fans?
I mean, where to begin? This is a long, arduous saga.
We got time.
It dates back. So where do I want the entry point to be? So Kamen Rider Foz debuted on Toku HD.
Yeah.
And the subtitles were dog shit. Not gonna split the hairs. They were pretty fucking horrendous. Even more horrendous than fucking Honk Shon from the Agito subtitles.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people were miffed, you know, rightly so, because they were pretty trash. And people were, you know, Ed and Toei going, hey, you know, guys, these subtitles, they're not up to par. They're pretty piss poor quality. That's not a good look for the franchise. Could you guys look and do something about it? And, you know, they said, yeah, we'll look into the matter. Everything to be cool, fans. We appreciate your love and we appreciate your support.
Yeah.
Simultaneously at the same time, you know, people on social media, as they do, niggas be wilding out here, Broly, as Frieza says. So, you know, folks be constantly messaging people who work behind the scenes on the shows, on the actors and producers, you know, just talking to them, you know, just being casual. Side note, hey, here's an idea. Leave those people the fuck alone. Let those people do their jobs.
Just stop badgering them, guys. It never works out well. It never works out well.
Just because they're on social media, that doesn't mean they're your fucking friend, and you could just like constantly at them like they don't want to see that shit. Leave people alone. Leave people alone.
That's if they even look at their social media. I think they got other people that look at their
social
media.
And that's if that's them. They might have whole teams. You're right. So
yeah.
At this time, a producer at Toei, and I don't have the name in front of me because that's how professional of a news organization we are.
We are the professional.
That's how professional we are. So he was being edited, and one fan said, he just edited them and just said, hey, I really appreciate the work you guys are doing on Saber and Zenkaiger as an overseas fan. And the producer was like, and how exactly are you watching these shows? But to be fair, the guy didn't say he was watching the shows. He just says he appreciates. He could be talking about the toys. We don't know. I mean,
okay.
Plausible deniability. I'm giving this guy the benefit of the doubt. He didn't say the show. He just said he appreciates the work. Okay. He could have been talking about the fucking production anyway. Yeah, so he was just like, how are you watching? I didn't see what they exchanged. I just saw that part of it. I was like, oh no. And so a couple of days later, good friends of the show and podcast, TVD Han, posted an announcement on their page that they were hit with a cease and desist by Toei to remove their intellectual property. So effective immediately, TV Nihon removed all trackers for Kamen Rider and Super Sentai. Ultraman is still up because Ultraman is Subara, and you know Subara is, you know, bro.
Subara loves us. They. I mean, look, you seen it. Look, me and Prime talk about the DVDs that the Blu-rays are out. Clearly, Subara is they're doing their best to be like, hey guys, you want Ultraman? Go to Crunchyroll. Here's the DVDs. Watch it all. Have fun.
And so, you know, once it hit, like a lot of people were like, you know, questioning the validity of it.
Yeah.
They were going, it looked kind of fake. There are a lot of misspellings. Like,
Because that's happened before.
It does.
This has happened before. It happens.
As an internet troll, I could admit that game recognizes game, and this is time to strike now for a good laugh would be to fuck with the fan subbers. So, but then another group, Zect, was it New Zect? They also were hit.
Wasn't it overtime or
this comes later. So New Zect was hit with one as well. So they're like, oh, that's not interesting. So like, I don't know anybody in the fan subbing community like on a first name basis. I don't talk, but I did know that a lot of them got together. They were talking, they were communicating, sharing information, going what's going on, trying to check the validity of these claims. Overtime initially, overtime subs, they initially came out with a statement and going like, we're looking into this, we're trying to see what's going on, guys, don't panic. A couple of days later, overtime we've checked into the claims of these, the veracity, and we are led to believe this could be true. So as a preemptive measure, we are also removing all of our trackers, and we will no longer be subbing Senkaiger.
Wow.
So as it stands now, we are living through Subpocalypse 2021. That's the long and short of it. I'm sure I left out some nooks and crannies, but those are just the broad strokes.
So unless you want to watch these shows raw and just want to watch the action, and you might be able to pick up on some sentences here and there. I mean, look, that's how I've been watching Zenkaiger Raw. I've been watching it live. I forgot the site that I watch it on and stuff. Raw, but I just been watching it just.
Please don't broadcast it.
Oh no, I ain't gonna broadcast it. No, hell no, because it was hard. It was hard as hell to find in the first place. So I damn sure not gonna fucking link that shit. Hell no.
I'm pretty sure. Let us not get hit with C and D, please.
Listen, I'm poor. Pretty sure there's a reason why it was probably hard to find in the first place. So that's why I'm like, I'm not linking that shit. Hell no. So no, but I'll watch Zenkaiger live raw because there are sites out there you can just watch it like off of the Japanese sites, raw because they stream it and stuff. Which it doesn't bother me because it's like you can kind of pick up on what's happening in the episode and then you just watch it later on through other means, whatever and stuff. But yeah, so it kind of made people question Toei because it's super hard is out here giving everybody Ultraman top to bottom. I mean, even Ultraman's on YouTube channel, right? Like the official.
Yeah, they put
simulcast
on YouTube. They have the animated show that's on Netflix. It was just announced this week. There's going to be a new animated movie that's an original story.
But we all know,
but we all know that Subaraya is pushing that Ultraman agenda because, like I always say, they said by hook or by crook, you motherfuckers are gonna like Ultraman. So like,
apparently sales are through the roof. Apparently, from what I'm hearing.
I saw those numbers. It was amazing. It's like it's been steadily going up, and it's because they're trying to increase the brand and trying to increase the footing. And that's been Supro's modus operandi for like years. They want Ultraman to be worldwide. Toei, conversely, if it wasn't for Power Rangers, I'm sure they wouldn't give a rat's ass about the Western market. And even now with Bandai, their partners in crime no longer having the worldwide license to brand Power Rangers.
That is it.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure they're like, yeah, whatever. And that's the thing. Like, I feel like Toei, again, I don't know anybody at Toei. This is just me observating from a long-time fan perspective that if Kamen Rider or Super Sentai caught on, it's like, it's whatever. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But they're not going to hinder it, but they're also not going to help it either. As we can see now with their drip feeding of series, as well as spread out through, different, streaming services. Some series go over to some series go to Tokusatsu and Tubi and Pluto and all of those. Some shows go to Toku HD. So there's no consistency. It's a straight match. Yep. They stopped giving us the Sentai DVDs through Shout. So they're less like, I don't know what's going on.
It's weird. And that hurts me because I finally got the final Shout Factory when I finally got Jetman at a reasonable price. So I'm like, I'm good. It just sucks that Hurricane should be the last one that I can actually watch legally. And then everyone else, I got to like scour online if I want to watch, Bookanger again. And it's like, I guess I got to go to my old reliable site.
The secret ingredient is crime.
Yeah, exactly. So, meanwhile, Kamen Rider, I'm like, hey, I don't have to go illegal anymore. I can actually watch it legally. Well, Kamen Rider is starting to get a little bit better.
Yeah, during Kamen Rider Week, they announced that they're gonna finally come out with physical releases finally, and we're getting 01.
Thank you.
Though I hate to be that guy. but I have to
No
be that
extras
guy.
though. No extras on those.
Well, that's the thing. We don't know if it's being released by Shout Factory, and based on their previous Sentai releases, we can be assured that the show is probably not gonna have that many extras or any extras at all. It's just gonna be the TV series, so no specials, no movies, and need to remind you the show ends on a cliffhanger. So
and a new movie just dropped just recently. So
3 of them shits.
So hey, look, if they give us the 3 movies, that'll be interesting.
We'll see what happens.
That would be interesting. I mean,
but for whatever reason, Toei, their deals, you license the show and the movie separately. I mean, I know why, because it's the and the most infuriating thing about it is like, look, let me just say this on Front Street, because I know what I'm about to say might be unpopular, but Toei has all the right to defend their intellectual property.
I mean, any company does. I mean, to be fair,
and we know we crack the joke all the time, and I just cracked the joke. Like, we do know what we're doing is illegal.
I did not spend my money on that Boom Kickstarter, sir. Hell no.
I decline. I fucking outright fucking refuse. But anyway, like, we know, like, not 2 red cents. They are not getting a fucking dime out of me ever again. Anyway, so I understand that they have that stance, but also, like, you do know that there are fans internationally who are wanting to give you money. Like, I can pan over and show you. I have the stack of Sentai DVDs. I have the Kamen Rider, the first DVD that came out. I just ordered the Kakaider reboot movie that came out. I have the Kakaider Blu-ray set. Like, I want to give you money, Toei. I want to give you. Why are you making it so difficult for me?
Bandai figured it out with Gundam. Like, hey, people like Gundam. Go ahead and just give them Gundam X and all those. I'm like, thank you, Bandai. Fuck, it's been a while since you finally gave us an actual release of Gundam X. We've been asking for that shit. You know, like
not Bandai. Not Bandai of America. Like, they have to license it. Who has it now?
I know Right Stuff is selling it, but I don't know.
Right Stuff sells it, but it's not licensed by Bandai, because Bandai completely, like,
I know Bandai America left.
Yeah, they pulled Order 66 and rolled out of America.
Yeah, like I said, either way, I'll say, I guess Baby Bandai Japan is the reason why we got those DVDs. Either way, the fact that I can actually watch Turn of Gundam on Blu-ray is great. I love it. I'm just looking at Toei, like, somebody was like, well, if you even all the options of trying to watch Sentai DVD, even if you wanted to buy the physical release of those Sentais, they still will run you $100 a piece. And I'm like, no, I didn't pay money for the freaking Gundam Unicorn single DVD releases. And them shits were like $80.
And it's crazy. It's fucking crazy. And also, let me just talk about another thing that I saw. So when the news came out that TV Nihon, was shuttering, Sentai Kamen Rider releases, I saw a lot of people on Twitter going, good riddance, nothing of value was lost. And, it takes me back, because, like, I'm kind of feeling like, look, again, Front Street, if I had another option, like, I personally did not watch that many TV Nihon subs. I always went with other options. But
I did, just because that was full disclosure. I mean, this isn't really new news here and stuff. Back in the day, before all this copyright shit, I was watching Sentai on Facebook. Before they finally started locking down Sentai episodes, like, people were releasing full-blown, they have profiles that had all 45, maybe 50 episodes of a Sentai season, and you just watch it on Facebook. TV Nihon.
Yeah, so, I've been getting their stuff a long time, and like, but when other options presented themselves, I went with other options. Like,
some people was like the best one.
Some people like the extra flourishes that they add to subtitles. Personally, I don't really care that much. Did I always agree with a lot of their translation choices? No. But the thing about it is, like, they are free. If it wasn't for them doing the hard free work, that need to remind you, like, fan subbers are doing this shit for free.
They ain't getting paid for this. No.
Ain't getting paid shit. So, like, they're putting in passion to release weekly, without, especially TV Nihon, two TV shows weekly. For they've done this for like years for free for you thankless fucks, just because they mistranslated a couple of things. Like, and again, I to this day I still crack the Justice Kikaku jokes because it's funny, but, like, I don't begrudge TV Nihon. Like, they're not some ultimate fucking evil.
I have
Now,
appreciation.
granted,
I have appreciation for fan subs. Look, if me and Prime you've been in the game of anime for as long as we
bro,
have.
we
You
have been there. We've seen some shit.
man, look, look.
All you ungrateful fucks have
You,
never had to go through the pain of having to watch a show in 1x4 on a dial-up connection and fucking Windows Media Player, and it fucking shows. It fucking shows. So to like just to demonize them for like the hard free work they do. And I said this on Twitter, and I fucking stand by this, and you can fight me on this. If TV Nihon did not exist then, Team Rider would not exist now.
Oh hell no! It's all like a cause and effect. It's like one thing
Like
help the other thing gain traction.
exactly.
Much. I
Like,
mean,
if it
Team
wasn't for
Kamen
them,
Rider is basically a fan base of people that like loves Kamen Rider, and somehow
how did they
were
find
like,
out about Kamen Rider? Oh,
thank
probably
you.
by watching some TV Nihon subs. So they got circled around and people introducing them to shows. Like the work that they've done introducing fandom, people to this fandom, to these concepts, to these franchises. I mean, granted, like again, I know behind the scenes, some of those guys are dicks I've seen on message boards, but like everybody's problematic. Shut the fuck up. Like let it go.
We're
like,
problematic.
I mean, if you listen to some people, you may not know this, but like you are the enemy of somebody's story. So like
Exactly.
calm the fuck down. Chill the fuck out. Calm down. Like, and this is like the entitlement, the fucking selfishness. And then also like I'm seeing a lot of people on Twitter, you know, freaking out, going like fan subs are dead forever. I'm like, Toku fans, y'all never surprised me with the lack of brain cells some of y'all have. Like,
I mean, look, this fandom is very indigenized. Somebody was like, yeah, Overtime is going to revamp themselves as Time Over Subs.
that's funny.
I forgot who said that. I think it was either Ginga or somebody. Who was like, yeah, it was like a picture of somebody with the silhouette. It's like Overtime revamping themselves, Time Over Subs.
That is fucking hilarious.
Well, laugh if
how many gold?
Yo, if they do that shit, I'm gonna laugh my ass off. They just revamp themselves like, yeah, we're no longer Overtime. It's like we're this now. Oh, hey, look. If there is anything I know about fandom, there eventually somebody's gonna come in and do this shit again. It's inevitable. It's like what Thanos said.
Nature.
Something is inevitable. All right.
Nature abhors a vacuum, and like even though Toku is pretty niche, there are enough motherfuckers out here to put on their Captain Marvelous coat and take one for the Gipper, as they say.
Look, you remember when Pirate Bay went down? How many other torrent sites just popped up and everybody was using them? I mean, you know, I'm not saying there's no cause for everybody freaking out, because I mean that's what the internet does, but I was looking at like, well, somebody is going to come up and do something about this and stuff. But at the same time, as the title says, Toei hates money. I still to this day am not understanding the logic and stuff of it, because it's like, if you're Toei, even if you have to protect your intellectual rights, clearly there's other people that it's like, if I'm Toei and I'm looking back and I'm like, Ultraman's making a lot of money. Maybe we should do that for Super Sentai. Nah, that just makes too much sense. This makes too much sense and stuff. I mean,
I don't get it. Is it xenophobia? Is it you don't want the effort, the work? Because I do know there are a lot of different red tape and you have to deal with licensure and shit. So like, I don't know what's.
I mean, the Shout Factory thing that deal still baffles me to this day.
You know what? Because I'm small brain. I just remember this show exists called Power Rangers that ties up some of the Super Sentai rights worldwide. So that might also be a factor.
That might have been the thing with the Shout Factory thing too. That might have been what it was.
Oh, 100%. I'm like, look, people call me the bad guy, but Hasbro is the Sentai what Harmony Gold is the Macross.
Prime, I'm still to this day I'm shocked about that fucking Harmony Gold Macross news.
We will see what happens. I'll believe that shit when I see it.
Everybody had a collective like, what the fuck? Is this for real? Pinch me. Is this April Fool's? What's going on here?
When I'm holding a Macross Frontier Blu-ray, I'll believe it. How about that?
Are you gonna have tears coming down your eyes that it finally happened if that happens?
You know what? If it happens, I will take back 10% of the things I've said about Harmony Gold in my lifetime.
Like the Michael Jordan crying on the fucking NBA championship.
If I get to actually physically own more but anyway. So Hasbro's going around probably swing King Dingalinging around.
I mean,
probably holding up the rights.
I'm still mad about Hasbro and with Power Rangers. Like one episode of really, like, come on, like, you know, but whatever. you know, on the other end though, they Toei has been releasing a couple episodes of some of the newer, I'm putting in quotes here, seasons of Kamen Rider, because they put up like the 5 episodes of Kamen Rider Decade on the channel.
Yeah, and I saw Kiva just went up today or yesterday.
Yeah, Kiva was up. I was like, huh, that's interesting. I mean, how long? I don't know how long they're gonna be up on the YouTube channel, because like I said, with Space Sheriff, I watched all of Gavin, and then all of a sudden I went to go back because I wanted to watch it again, and it's gone. I'm like, how long are these things up? Like, I'm confused.
And that's the crazy thing. Like, they have the licensure. They see what Subaru is doing with Ultraman. They have the model. They have the infrastructure. I mean, what's stopping them?
You see the sale data. They're raking in money.
What's stopping them from touring Tokusatsu World on YouTube into what Subaru is doing as well? And like, what's like 1 or 2 episodes? And like, come on, man.
Subaru is literally Scrooge McDuck diving into money right now.
I mean,
like, as soon as they announced that Netflix, that other Ultraman show, I was like, man, Subaru really just like, hey, season 2 is coming, but here's another Ultraman, and have fun with that. And that's on top of the fucking remake, and that's on top of the remake movie that's coming out over there.
Yeah, but I don't know. So like they said, y'all motherfuckers will like Ultraman. That's not you like Ultraman. There's an avenue for you. We got a cartoon, we got a CGI movie. We got fucking the Evangelion dude doing a movie. Come on, y'all.
I swear to God, Prime, if they get like Guillermo del Toro to do a fucking Ultraman movie, I would be like, you know what, Toei? Fuck you at that point. I'm like,
well, you do know James Gunn is one of us, right?
Oh yeah, no, if they get either James Gunn or Guillermo del Toro, doing an Ultraman, I'll be like, you know what, Toei, you just hate money at this point, because they're all like, yo, America, here's some Ultraman, boom.
I'm gonna hold off on that until I see how James Gunn does Starro.
Hey, look, if Starro isn't what you said, where it's just like, hey guys, look at this crazy thing, I'll be like, all right, Gunn, I see you. All right, cool.
I don't know. So far, it looks like it's gonna be that. So I'm gonna have to hold off my judgment. Hold off my judgment and see.
Look, I hope it is Starro taking control of some little third world nation, and the Suicide Squad has to fight it. That'll be great. That'd be
that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. We'll see. On the other hand, we had the Fan Friday for Hasbro. So Hasbro has conditioned us. They've hurt us before.
They're still hurting us now.
They're still hurting us, but less so now. This announcement made me finally breathe a sigh of relief. So remember we talked about last time with the Lightning Collection, I told you I wasn't going to buy the SPD Blue and A Squad Blue thing, because I was like, no, they're going to fuck us and put up like a 5-pack of the A Squad. They didn't. Thank God. So the A Squad Rangers are getting single releases. So I actually went out and got this.
Good man. Good on you, man.
I immediately was like, oh, I can go to fucking GameStop and actually get that now. All right, cool. So I went out and got it. And so all the A Squad Rangers are coming out in single releases.
Though I do have to say, I don't know how this is going to be the third complete team that Hasbro has done. So the first one was Mighty Morphin, the Psycho Rangers, and now the A Squad SPD Rangers. And I'm pretty sure they're only doing the A Squad SPD Rangers because it's so fucking cheap to do. Like, there are no civilian heads. You already got the pieces for the In-Space Ranger helmets. You've already done the blue A Squad Ranger. You already got the body. They all use the same weapons.
It's just Sid. It's just Sid and Sid that's left for the SPD Rangers basically at this point. So well, Sid, and if they're going to they're gonna put Cat. They're gonna make. I know they're gonna release Cat. No way you're gonna tell me they're not gonna release Cat. They're gonna probably do Nova too, because Cat.
Why
and Nova
not?
And like a double pack.
Parts,
Cat. But Nova is a double pack, maybe. I don't know.
Like I'm saying, like I said on Twitter, it's been amazing watching Hasbro go full Hasbro on the Power Ranger license. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say amazing? I meant the other one. I'm sorry. I meant the other word. The opposite. My bad.
It's very put it this way. I am confounded. That's where I'm sitting at. It's like there's good, and then there's like
the fact that the line is filled with so many fucking repaints and slight retools and re-releases. I'm like, man, that sure is Hasbro. That sure is a Hasbro thing they're doing over there.
Hasbro.
I mean, I mean, need I point to the Generation 1 Transformers? Half of that line was just recolors. Like, do I have to point that out to people?
Prime, you're not the only Transformer fan that I follow that have said that. So when you're echoing that, I'm like, I got like 5 other people that I'm friends with on Facebook and on Twitter that have said the exact same shit. And I'm like, I understand you guys' pain now. I understand it now. Before I didn't, because again, I'm a Transformer fan to a degree, but I'm not like deep into it like you and everybody else is. So it's like I know the stuff, so I'm not stupid about it. But like the toys and all the details on it, that I'm like out of my depth, right? So like when you guys are talking about it, I'm like, oh, okay, all right, I see what you guys are saying. Now it's hitting me with this whole thing with Power Rangers. I'm like, oh, that's what Prime and that we're talking about.
Like they're using the same body, the same parts. They like it's cheaper to produce. And I mean, again, let's not also fuck around. Like they do this with G.I. Joe as well. Like, have you seen some of the classified series? How many figures now have come out with those knee pads that Roblox has? How many figures have come out now? Well, how many? A lot. A fucking lot of them.
3 of them I saw so far. 3.
So like, look, I understand this shit is expensive. I get it. These are not premier toys. These aren't, so like, look, I'm memeing. I'm not belittling. I'm not saying anything negative about it. I'm just pointing out. I'm
enjoying the ride. I'm enjoying the
game.
Ride.
Is the game. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm enjoying the ride. I'm still sitting back like, so is Zeo Blue going to get his weapons separately? They said
they're going to come out with his weapon. I don't know how. Is it going to be in a team pack? Is it going to be an accessory pack? I don't know. But
if I'm them, I would pack it in with like Zeo Pink and have her or do it that way, possibly. That's just me.
I was going to say, yeah, pack it in with one of the Zeo Rangers who haven't come out, and maybe have to make it up for us. Maybe have Zeo Blue's weapons as well as the combined version of the blaster.
They did it with the Comic-Con one that me and you got with Jason, where it's like the shield Jason, but he also has a combined weapon of all the Rangers. I was like, oh, that was nice, because at that time I thought, oh man, Hasbro's going to pull a Bandai and not give them the individual weapons, aren't they? And I was like, oh, they didn't. Thank God. Whew.
Now they went full Bandai and said, you want the weapons, you got to get the special pack. Like, oh, so the Padawan has become the master, we see.
I remember when Bandai did that shit. I was like, oh.
You remember when they did that shit for Ninja Steel? You see that shit? Like,
bruh.
Or Samurai, they had like the Red Ranger, he didn't come with the gun and blaster mode, but to get the gun and blaster mode, you had to get the fucking pack that came with all of them. I'm like, really? Fucking really? Like, you couldn't make that little piece of plastic do this? You couldn't?
Nah.
Okay.
They couldn't, Prime. They couldn't. They really couldn't. So I mean, like I said, the only thing with Hasbro I'm questioning on is the Zords, because I'm just kind of like, you could have did better on the Zords, but I mean, Beast Morphers is the only Zord that's actually pretty good, but that's like staple Zords where it's like, oh, it's the combining thing, so you can't fuck that up. But it's like when they did the MMPR one, I was like, it doesn't have the pizzazz of the Legacy and the Bandai ones. It's not that good.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten the assorted one that you can combine. It comes in 3 separate packages, Hasbro. 3 separate fucking packages.
Tyrannosaurus by itself, Mastodon and Pterodactyl, and then the other one, Triceratops and Saber-tooth Tiger, and yeah, it's that's a strange, very, very, very strange. So on top of A Squad, we're getting a double pack of In Space with In Space Blue and Psycho Silver, which that double
I definitely want.
that basically completes the complete set of the Psycho Rangers, because I forgot they did release Psycho Green, which I kind of forgot about that, and I was like, oh, that's right, they did release Psycho Green. So now we got Psycho Green and Psycho Silver. So I would give Hasbro this for now. They're doing pretty good on the faces, because TJ's face is actually pretty good. Zane's face is actually pretty good.
Zane looks a little angry.
I'm fine with angry Zane. That's better than botched up Zane if they did happen. So I'm like, all right, I'll take angry Zane. All right, I'll take that. And I wish he was happy, but all right.
I like that the 2-pack is thematic to the episode. That's cool.
Yeah.
So I really can't wait to see In Space Silver when that finally comes out.
Oh, that's gonna be well. We're gonna probably be Happy Zane.
That would be the smart thing to do. Give him a different head sculpt.
Give him a head sculpt. Speaking of different head sculpts, so I was worried for a second when I saw the Scorpina Yellow Ranger box set. Because I was kind of like, I wish it was a single release, but okay. And then, Aisha has a second figure. and she has a ponytail, and the face looks pretty good.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And that's Scorpina looks pretty awesome. So I'm glad that they are boxing my waifus in one set. That's pretty cool.
Well, I knew Prime, you and DJ Sue were going to be happy about the Scorpina one because he was like, "Oh, Scorpina, cool."
Oh,
so.
Oh, hello there.
Shout out to Karen Ashley because she was giddy as shit. Like, "Oh my god, I got a second figure!" I'm like, "It's you were due, Karen." I feel they had to make that up to you because they were just holding off on everybody asking like, "Where's Aisha going to get a figure?" Because Adam got like 2.
I'm sitting there questioning like, why is it Aisha and Scorpina? Wouldn't it make more sense if it was like Scorpina and Rocky or Scorpina and a Goldar 2-pack? But
but that means Goldar will have 3.
Oh, it's coming. You think I'm bullshitting? It's coming.
I'm waiting for Squat and Babu and Finster at this point.
But and I mean, I'm not knocking it. Although I would love if the Scorpina 2-pack came with a pachinko machine.
I'm already mad at pachinko machines, Prime, because of fucking Konami. Don't do this. Don't do this. Konami is like, Konami literally sat there and pulled that bullshit. Hey guys, we're bringing back Clock Tower as a pachinko machine. I'm like, fuck you, Konami. I hate you. Oh, like giving us dick teasing us Clock Tower, and all of a sudden it's a pachinko machine. I'm like, I hate you. I hate your guts right now.
You don't like the sexual violence? Hit the lever. Hit the lever.
Yo, Konami. How is it that Capcom's doing a better Silent Hill than you? Yes, I know Resident Evil 8 is great. It's an excellent game. Really good. A lot of Silent Hill stuff going on. I'm like, yo, Capcom, why you had to flex on Konami so hard on that? Like, why?
Big dick energy, my friend. Big energy.
Hey, look, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop on Capcom because, you know, Capcom, like other companies, it's like, this is a trick, Capcom. Where did you fuck up at? What's happening here? All of a sudden we find out like Mega Man is like first person shooter, and I'm like, there it is, right there.
They tried that shit. You remember?
Oh, I saw the beta of that. I was like,
ooh, how embarrassing.
So how are you liking that the random one out of this set? Andros.
So yeah,
that was weird. I was like, is that the one from the Forever Red they're going for?
It's either Forever Red or the first appearance. Remember when he busted up that Alliance of Evil banquet?
Oh yeah.
On the fucking cloak.
Huh. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I mean, I guess.
Here's my thing. I'm an Andros stan. I like Andros a lot.
Yeah.
The figure is cool. I probably am not gonna buy this new. Or for like regular price. I'll wait till like it's on extreme markdown. It's neat that it exists.
Yeah.
However, there is a long list of characters that should have got figures in line before Stealth Suit Andros over here.
How about can we get what's her face from In Space? That could have finished off the set right there. What's her face? Pink Ranger, Cassie.
Oh, Cassie.
Because Cassie's the only one left out of Cassie and Zane, obviously, but it's like that could have been Cassie right there. And at most, only thing we're waiting for is Zane, and then boom, that's it. In Space is done.
I'm still sitting here waiting. Can I get an Udana? Because Bandai didn't give me an Udana. Can I finally have a white Mystic Ranger, please? She's my favorite character in the fighting game.
Well, you know, eventually, Prime, they'll get there. They've been slowly getting there. Like I think they're gonna probably end up moving on to time. They're gonna probably end up starting more on the Time Force aspect at this point because they've already.
I love a Quantum Ranger.
I'm kind of. They're gonna give us Angry Eric. You know that, right?
He's gonna be mad as hell. So my question is: will the helmetless head will it have the beret or will it not have the beret?
Ooh, that is a good one.
I want it, please. Oh no, even better. Fuck that shit. Give me a 2-pack Quantum Ranger Silver Guardians Eric.
See, no, okay, Prime.
I'm asking too much.
No, Prime. Think like Hasbro. They're gonna fuck with us. They're gonna do a 2-pack where it's gonna be Silver Guardian Eric and fucking what's his face? God damn it, Red Ranger, Time Force.
Oh, Wes?
Yeah, Wes and Eric, Silver Guardian version. And then they're gonna do a 2-pack of that one. That's because that's what Hasbro does. They're gonna do that shit. No,
they're not gonna do that shit. If they do the 2-pack with them and Silver Guardians, it's gonna come with the accessory with the damaged helmet for both. For the Ranger costume. And they're gonna go, if you want to get the beretless, they're gonna super fuck with us. So they're gonna do the Silver Guardians one, right? Yeah. It's gonna be the Wes and Eric without the hats. Then they're gonna release the Quantum Ranger as a single release. It's gonna have the beret
Oh,
helmet.
with the hat. Damn it.
With the hat. Because that's some shit Hasbro would do. That's totally some Hasbro.
I mean, they did do that with the freaking Gold Ranger, right? Because they gave us the Jason 2-pack, right? And then they came out with the the Trey of Triforce head. And I was like, I mean, I guess it's an option, but I'm like, I'm not buying that. I already got the Jason one. It was like, would I need? I mean, I guess for that logic of if you want the completion, if you want the Trey head, all right, cool. You know, if you don't like Jason, I get it.
I mean, and I guess the San Diego pack is harder to find now. But like the fucking Trey on Amazon is going for just about as half the fucking the Jason 2-pack. So like
when you said they raised the prices and stuff, it looks like it's selective ones, and it's like, so is it the ones
and it's
that
curious?
Are like,
it's curious the ones that are selected price. Like, why is it always the Mighty Morphin ones that are going over $30?
I mean, I'm glad I got the Mighty Morphin ones, but still, it's like Jesus
fascinating.
Christ, like,
I still need to get Zach.
I refuse to get Zach, sir. I already got the armor one, and I'm like, if I want him without the armor, I can take the armor off, and I'm fine.
Look, my OCD is not allowing it. My OCD is not.
I don't have those problems. So.
Having none of it. Like I just got Billy. A partner of mine ordered for me Trini because I saw the 2-pack. Because at first he told me the 2-pack was coming out, and I was like, okay, cool. I don't have to get the single release Trini. And he's like, oh, it's an Aisha head, and I was like, damn. Got to get the Trinity pack because it won't allow it. I can't. It won't happen. It has to happen.
Oh man, do you
won't sleep.
Do you think they're gonna give us Oh, you know what? I have an idea of what they're gonna do for Zane. They're gonna 2-pack him in with Ecliptor.
Do they want my money that badly?
And you know what's gonna be? Ecliptor. They're gonna give us the red Ecliptor with Zane, and they're gonna single release green Ecliptor. Because you remember Zane fought red Ecliptor, the powered up one. So they know they're gonna do that.
Oh, that's full Hasbro right there, baby.
I'm mad. I thought of that just immediately. I was like, they're gonna do that shit. They're gonna do that.
Now you cooking. Now you cooking with gas. There you go.
Oh, or they might do we're gonna get 3 Ecliptors. We're gonna get red Ecliptor with Zane. We're gonna get Mind Control Astromina with Mind Control fucking Ecliptor, and then we're gonna get regular Ecliptor with Dark Conda. Boom! There you go. I just did it.
Sir, let me see your Hasbro badge. Are you sure you don't work for Hasbro? Are you sure you don't?
I swear to God, if Hasbro does that shit, I will be so mad. And yet, at the same time, I'm like, I can't be mad at the same time.
Like, where's my wallet? Shit, you motherfuckers. Here's my credit card, you mother sons of bitches.
I hate you so much.
You rat bastards.
Oh, man. Somebody was saying that we might end up getting, like, turtles as part of the Lightning collection. I'm like,
we might, because I mean, those fucking Power Rangers, they're comic book designs, which I hate those designs, bro. I fucking don't like them. I don't like them at all. And somebody asked me, like, what's my problem with them? I'm like, here's the thing about the power. I don't like the way that the Boom comic books uses the powers, because the thing about it is the suits, they're not customized. Like, it's powered armor. So it doesn't matter who uses it. You don't get specifications on what just because of who you are. Like
Shredder has the Green Ranger power, so all of a sudden,
so now it has a purple sash with him. He turned like, what the fuck? Like if I use the Green Ranger coin, like I wouldn't turn to a Green Ranger with a hoodie and a cheeseburger. I would just turn to the goddamn Green Ranger.
You know what's funny? That's what made. Okay, I don't think we talked enough when we were commentating about the episode where the Rangers were dreaming about Bulk and Skull morphing. We don't talk enough about how, like, your logic of what you were just explaining. I'm like, Bulk and Skull basically did that. They literally were just like, no, we morphed, but this is what we are. We ain't just gonna take on the Power Ranger form with this. It's like, no, this is what we are.
That's fucking it's fucking insane to me. Like, I hate that shit. Like, it doesn't matter who uses it. If it
looks nice, don't get it twisted, but it's like
whatever. It looks cool. The shred looks like it doesn't make fucking sense. It's just powered armor. It doesn't matter who uses the device. You're gonna all look this. That's half of the point. Whatever.
Example. Gokaiger, when I think it was the episode where that student took Captain Marvelous's morpher and morphed into the Shinkinger, and it's like, oh, he just Shinkinger. All right, cool.
He didn't turn anything special with a school backpack. Like, it's powered armor, bro. That's all it is. Like, it doesn't matter who's using it. Like, it's standardized across the fucking board. That's thematically half of the fucking point.
I think the only one that they kept the aesthetic for was, I think, when the turtles morphed. That was the only one that was like close to a degree when they got
Why do they all have gold shields like the Dragon Ranger? It's the turtle shield. No, fuck you.
No, just make the Red Ranger be the Raphael, and he's just Raphael with the shit, and he has a turtle shell. Obviously, cool, fine, it works. But nah, we gotta give him.
Fuck you. I fucking hate your guts.
That made no sense. It's zero sense. So did you see that trailer for the Kamen Rider Saber, Kamen Rider Ghost crossover?
I was just about to bring that up. I saw the screenshots, but I hadn't watched the trailer yet. And a lot of people are confused, like, why is it a thing? Well, because the head writer of Saber is also the head writer of Ghost.
Boom! There you go.
That's how that works.
Yeah, actually, it streams 2 weeks from now.
Yes, I don't know how we're gonna watch it because
the secret ingredient is crime, sir. I think we should all know this. We all know this. It's.
I wouldn't endorse, we're
not endorsing that. I'm just
or anything. I'm just saying, do what you got to do.
Sad news. Shinsuke Kikuchi, he died. Kamen Rider composer. He handled a lot of the Showa era Kamen Rider themes. 89 years old.
Did good fucking work, sir. He did good fucking work.
Yep. And also he did themes for Dragon Ball too. So
he's literally the sound of a lot of people's childhoods.
Yes, he is. He indeed is. So that is crazy. I'm catching up on Dino Fury. I like it.
Oh, I'm behind. I need to watch. Didn't episode air today?
I think episode 8 did. It popped up. Oh no, because I think they're on hiatus, Nickelodeon hiatus, because they gotta do that. So now I think the first 8 episodes are online through YouTube. Weird.
Yeah, I will check those out. I mean, I'm liking Dino Fury, like we talked about it briefly.
The writing is good. I'm liking
it. I mean, it's consistent. It's consistent. Although I see a lot of people complain about Jay Borg and the eccentric news lady, and I'm just like, y'all, it's 2021. We know what the game is. Like, they have to have the comic relief sidekicks. Like, it just is what it is, y'all. Come on, let it go.
I mean,
that's a fight not worth having. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, funny thing, because it's been a while, because it's been a month since we did. We never talked about the previous Hasbro Fan Fest, where they're releasing all the remaining metallic armor Rangers.
Yes, that's where Aisha was excited when she said, I'm getting 2 figures.
Yep, they're releasing the rest of. So funny fact, Billy's face on the metallic blue is better than the original MMPR blue. That's crazy.
Oh, that shit is horrible. That shit from the Mighty Morphin, the regular blue looks terrible, fucking horrendous. Like, did you face scan the coloring book? What are y'all doing?
David Yost is looking at it like, this ain't me. What's going on here?
Like, that's not even like,
this ain't even me from the 90s.
That's not even him from the Pog set. What are y'all doing?
Prime, why'd you have to bring up Pogs? I actually have those fucking Pogs. I still got them goddamn Pogs in a tin somewhere in my closet. I got the tin that's like all the Pogs. And okay, funny thing. We're showing our age. Remember that Toei Spin Fighters?
With the little thing that was like a communicator that you put in with the metal disc? Yes, that was Beyblade before Beyblade. Yeah, I got them shits.
I had the Power Ranger ones.
I had them shits. I had the Green Ranger, the Red Ranger, the Mega Dragon Zord, Rita. I had something else.
I saved up my allowance, and I told my
I will go downstairs right now, and I will get that shit.
Yo, I remember the commercial, and I immediately was like, I got the money for it. I swear to God, Prime, I opened a KB Toy Store book, magazines that you get in the mail, kids. Yeah, every Sunday, watch them post.
We old as hell. We older than motherfucker.
I opened it up, and I saw the price for it. I was like, I got allowance money for it. I immediately asked, Dad, can you take me to Toys R Us? I want to get Spitfires. He took me to Toys R Us. I paid for it and bought it, and I was just out there outside spinning and stuff. I had like the Power Ranger set.
That shit. Click.
Yep. Hey, as advertised, like the show. As advertised. You can fight with it because, like you said, Beyblade before Beyblade, So I oftentimes wonder, do kids that play with Beyblades, is there a level of disappointment that it's not like the show, or is their imagination taking over and they just roll with the punch?
like I'm assuming the imagination takes over because like Yu-Gi-Oh! Damn sure as hell wasn't like the goddamn show.
I didn't go to the Shadow Realm. What is
I
this?
say, I don't see no fucking holograms. What shit is this? Where's my
Also,
dual disc?
also, you realize Yu-Gi-Oh is a bit of a dick. He gets off on this shit.
Oh my god, that's I fucking miss manga Atem when he was more proactive. Like he was going on just fucking with people because he's an ass.
I mean,
So,
Yami
oh,
Yugi.
you doing crime? Oh, you doing crime? Bet, bet.
Oh, I remember when my buddy of mine's when the Yu-Gi-Oh show was, when it was dubbed and stuff, he was like, "Oh, have you read the manga? Show me the manga." And the one where he told the guy, "Hey," he had the cigarette and he had the lighter and shit.
Gasoline.
Yeah. Bro, I was like, "Yo, he goes that hard?" He's like, "Oh, he goes that hard." Whoa.
Or the fucking rooftop death maze.
It's like, what is this?
Like, what are you doing? It was petty theft.
And that's what. But even with the Yu-Gi-Oh that we got here, that's dubbed. I was like, "Yo, Yami Yugi is getting off on the stakes of this fucking show. Like, who does this?" Like,
or the fucking episode where Cobb was like, "If you attack me, the ricochet will cause me to fall off the roof." He was like, "Go ahead, bitch, call the police. I don't give a fuck."
Oh yeah, dude. If Yugi did interfere, he was like, "That's cool. Hey, swordsman, go do work." I was like, "Yo,"
I'm like, "Yo, that's attempted murder, Yami. What are you doing?"
Yo, Kaiba was like, "Oh shit!" Like I thought I was just fucking with him. He really was gonna kill me.
Yami Yugi is about that life.
Yo,
no, not an ounce of fuck given.
Yo, Kaiba can bullshit all you want to. He was scared for a minute. He almost shitted himself for a second.
He was like, "Oh fuck you for real? I thought you're the good guy. What are you doing?"
And then all of a sudden, when he stopped, he was like, "Okay, let me go ahead and shit talk him because I don't want them to know I was scared."
I ain't no bitch. Fuck you, man,
dude,
fucking loser, man.
Bruh. When they were facing off against those people that was literally taking souls, and he was like, "That's cool, let's go." I was like, "What?"
Well, I mean, it's okay to have that big of balls about that when there's like literally 2 souls in you, so you got 1 to spare. You're fine.
Joey and everybody else is like, "Ah, shit." Yugi is like, "Nah, that's cool. Let's go."
Right.
I'm like,
"I got an extra one. That's good. We're all good.
It's like Joey doesn't have an extra soul guy. Like he's just flying on a wing of a prayer every match. Just saying.
Speaking of, you remember did you go see Dark Side of the Dimension when it came out in theaters?
I did. Oh, I didn't see the theaters, but I saw it when it. I did see it though.
So I wouldn't see the theater. I took the woman with me.
Yeah.
And so we were in there. She's not to Yu-Gi-Oh! Like at all. She doesn't care. I was just taking her along so I get the extra card. I get the extra card. They're good at cards.
Cool. All right.
So we're sitting in the theater, and like at every moment where a fan thing popped off, like when they did the shoddy reveal, or where Joey did the Brooklyn Rage face, like everybody did was popping off. Everybody like, oh shit. She's sitting there going, "Wow, I don't know what's going on, but all you guys seem really excited." Wow, you guys are really into this. Oh, I have no idea what any of this means.
Prime, I swear to God, this is the reason why I feel them having critics review any of the Yu-Gi-Oh movies that hit the States is pointless. Because I'm like, you know this doesn't affect the fandom that's going to pay money to see this, right? Just FYI here, like,
I know, right? Like the kids are going to go see it. Like, who cares? Like,
I saw them do a review for the fucking Broly movie when they hit here. I'm like, what's the point? What is the point, man?
I saw nothing but like positive reviews. Like all the critics here was like they were praising like the animation and shit.
Oh no, I'm not talking like people like IGN. No, fuck that. I'm talking like the Roger Ebert people. I'm like,
I'm talking about seeing people like that giving a positive review.
I didn't see those, but I was just like,
oh,
is there a point? Is there a point to them doing reviews? Unless they actually get people that actually watch that kind of stuff to do the reviews.
They don't. They don't. You know they don't.
And they like the Broly movie?
I saw some that liked the Broly movie. Like some of like big newspapers, they were talking about the animation style. Wow. And I think one of the ones I read, I wish I could find it. Or I can remember who it was, but they said like they don't know anything about Dragon Ball. They were just going in to see the movie.
Yeah.
But they said that the movie told enough story that they understood what was going on, and they were invested in Broly's story.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I just remember when that first Yu-Gi-Oh movie hit America, I was like, what's the point of these reviews? They do not like this fucking show, but yet kids were eating that shit up. They loved it. The Pokemon movies when they hit here.
4 kids is like, oh, what?
Where money? Cool.
Bad.
You know what was the most funniest shit ever? We talked about the metallic figures, right? I'm looking at that Red Sentry like you are the most oddball one out there, and yet your Red Ranger helmet is better than the other Red Ranger helmet. How does that work? How? I don't get the logic, Prime. I'm looking at Hasbro like,
and I see a lot of people because like I'm looking over here because I got like a display up,
yeah,
and I see a lot of people talk about how like actually like nobody really gets that Red Ranger helmet right because like it's hard to do for some reason. Like you remember the old flipping head? It
oh
wasn't
yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
that well done.
Nah.
Remember the was it the 6-8 inch figures that were like this big that had like the little red bed buckles.
Mhm.
The helmet on that wasn't that well. Like the closest we got, shit, what was the closest we got?
Bandai Armored Red Ranger, maybe.
Probably was it?
I mean, I still got that one. So
No, so I'm looking. Possibly.
somebody mentioned the Shout
Probably.
Factory. Somebody said the Shout Factory Red Ranger that came with the box set was more accurate.
Oh, it was because I got that one.
Yeah,
Yes,
I got that one. Yeah, I got that one. They said that was probably the most accurate one. Period.
The Legacy Collection one was pretty accurate.
Yeah,
the one that came out doing Super Mega Force, I don't know. I don't remember it being that good.
Yeah, it was sketchy.
It's sketchy. The one that came out for the reboot, the Generation 2 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, that wasn't that well done. But I'm saying that to be like, I can kind of understand if Hasbro was having some troubles.
Yeah.
However, that helmet was wildly inappropriate. Like it didn't even like they tried. They didn't even fucking try. It's like, what did you? What was your point of reference?
I don't.
And I've seen some people they've taken and they like added paint. Like adding paint does help it.
I mean, I got the during the Rest in Peace Toys R Us when they were liquidating everything and stuff. I bought the I bought the Green Ranger helmet that you can actually wear and stuff. I ain't wearing that shit ever. It's just I just bought it for the aesthetics and stuff. Whenever I finally find a house and I have my own room, man cave, I can just boom, put it on display. But I saw people like customizing that one because it wasn't necessarily 100% accurate to the show. And they spray paint I think it was in like the teeth for the Green Ranger was like different than what the show was for some reason. So I was like, oh, that's whatever.
Probably production,
Yeah.
Like I said, I understand, but it doesn't mean I can't point shit out.
Yeah. So Prime, Shin Kamen Rider, what is that going to be about?
Hideki Anno.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Hideki Anno, who's also doing Shin Ultraman, who also did Shin Godzilla, who also did this little show I'm sure a lot of you've heard of, or maybe not because it's kind of niche, called Evangelion. So I don't know. With Hideki Anno, who knows? I'm kind of trepidatious. Like, as you know, I'm pretty sure if you follow me on Twitter, I am not the biggest fan of Evangelion.
So it's gonna be edgy Kamen
I don't
Rider.
know. But I also say that I didn't think I was gonna like Shin Godzilla, but Shin Godzilla is actually one of my favorite Godzilla movies.
Is the shit. I love it.
I love that movie. It's like
story of a guy telling the government, "Hey guys, we should really fix this." Nah, we're good. All right.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Oh, look at that. Should listen to me. Like on paper, I should hate that movie. Like if you give me the synopsis or like tell me who's making it, like I
it's a turn off immediately. You ain't lying on the synopsis because it's like it doesn't really give you much. You're like, what is this? And then you watch it and you're like, oh, okay, this is pretty good.
When he does that first atomic fire roar in the middle of the city, oh baby. Oh baby.
I mean, listen, you thought Serpentera did damage. Like, Jesus Christ, this just
fuck. And who would have thought? Who would have thought I would have liked Digivolving Godzilla?
You're the first person that has said that, Prime. Digivolve Godzilla. You're not lying.
I mean, that's what he was fucking doing that whole movie. Like you would think but anyway. So anyway, Shin Kamen Rider, I don't know. That was also announced during Kamen Rider Week, and everybody was hyped up because Hideki's been doing some good work recently. Now that he's out of his depressive state.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
When isn't he not depressed? Let's just be real.
I mean, who fucking knows? Like, again, like I know we're probably never going to talk about Evangelion, but
I'm not the most Evangelion fan, but I know D has been circling it and he's been threatening us with that shit. And I'm like, well, if we do that, I might look at Prime and be like, hey, Prime, you want to join in on this?
But I'll one thing that just bothers me is that just because your characters are sad, that doesn't mean your show is deep.
Yeah, I think that's the ultimate thing. It's like it's the show is basic, but like you said, this is I think because everybody is like leaning towards the sadness of it and the everything being so like just depressing and shit. It's like, oh, it's so deeper and thought provoking. I'm like, sure, I guess.
I mean, if you're a sad white person, I guess it is.
Your dad doesn't love you, sure,
Sure,
cool.
whatever. But my thing about that as well is like, and people say like, because I got issues with the ending because I
Who
stand
doesn't
by.
have issues with the ending?
I stand by, and you can fight me on this, but the ending would not have happened with the Shinji who went through the TV show. Like that doesn't make any sense for any of those events to happen. It doesn't make any sense based on the growth that he went through in the show. And some people said, well, he's just a kid. It's realistic that happened. And I go, okay, that's exactly what I'm looking for in my show about giant robots powered by the spirit of ghosts fighting space aliens. I'm looking for realism. That's why I'm here.
I mean, and the biblical stuff is what fucks with me. I'm like, I don't get this at all.
That and what gets me is people still White Knight going, oh, it has all these deeper meanings. And he goes, oh, I just thought the stuff looked cool. There's no deeper meaning.
So it's like the visual aesthetics. You know what it is? It's the equivalent of somebody said it. I don't know if you saw the tweet. He was like, comic book Twitter are just people that like the characters and just tolerate the comics.
I wouldn't even say tolerate. They just like the characters
and pretend, it just exists.
And pretend to read the comics while scrolling through Wikipedia.
It's like, yeah, that's pretty apt. That is pretty apt. I think that's that's Evangelion in a nutshell. It's like, so you just like the visual stuff of the things, but you don't really
you don't apply them, and they don't understand. They don't work because they don't congeal with anything that's going on in this show.
Not a damn
nothing
thing.
At all.
Not a goddamn thing.
But where the hell was I? I went on a side tangent. Shin Kamen Rider. So we don't know what it's going to be about, but the promotional picture with the Kamen Rider in that trench coat looks fly as fuck. So I'm on board. We'll see what happens.
So, Brian, you still think there's it's a trap with them confirming that Jordan fight as the Gold Ranger? So we got
I do not trust
two black people.
I don't trust these niggas. I don't trust this shit. I don't. You can call me a bad guy. You can call me racist all you want. But I don't trust these motherfuckers. They're doing something. They're doing some nefarious shit that they are.
They gotta be, man.
They're trying to distract me from something. They're like, look, we need a smoke screen. All right, let's get a black Asian Red Ranger. Let's get a black Six Ranger. That'll throw Prime off first.
And not just a black Six Ranger. Like, okay, we got like a light skin black Red Ranger, right? They gave us like a dark skin Six Ranger. Like, he ain't like, dark. He ain't Wesley Snipes dark, but he dark.
Bro, they are trying to throw me off of something. They're trying to distract me, and I don't appreciate this shit, and I wish they wouldn't be so goddamn nefarious. It's bullshit.
It's like all of a sudden they announced, look. I don't even know what the trick is, honestly. I'm really just sitting there. What's the trap?
I'm waiting for the okie doke. What's going to happen? They're going to go, oh, by the way, the next season is going to be the original show. Like, that's probably what's going to happen. They're going, next season, we're going to cut our ties to Toei. And we're going to do our own original shit. Good luck with that.
Have fun.
Good luck.
Have fun with your Boom Studio shoots.
Have fun with your Boom Studio CW tier shit. Have fun. Because I'm not watching that shit. Not at all.
I don't know. I'm watching it for posterity, just like I'm watching that Powerpuff Girls for posterity, just because.
You are taking 2 for the team, sir, because I decline.
I've been watching Kung Fu, and I've been loving that show. So
look, I'm watching Batwoman. I'm taking that one. I'm not. Nope. Can't do it. I won't do it. I refuse.
Look, my thing with Batwoman was, guys, you should show the jig on Arrow. Look, Ollie in the comics is very liberal, right? And I was sitting back. Ollie in the TV show doesn't really have like liberal political leanings. So when they announced they were doing a Black Lives Matter episode, I'm like, how? Because out of it was up to season 7 at that point. Mayor Ollie had no fucking political leanings that would make a Black Lives Matter episode work. Comic book Ollie, that would work. TV show Ollie, no.
Not so much.
No, not so much. So I was glad that they ditched it. But when I heard about the idea of it, I was like, oh boy.
They're going to keep that in their back pocket. They're going to keep it.
And
oh,
what did they do?
It's coming out.
Batwoman got it. And
so look, this last episode, CJ, I was DMing you when I was watching it because I was fucking furious. I was so fucking mad.
Was that the one they got thrown in jail, right?
No, this one's coming up. The one I watched this week was when it was the Girls Night Out episode when I had to watch them ruin Stephanie Brown. And so
I saw the picture. I saw the steal, by the way. I was like, that's Stephanie.
Like, why does she look like so?
Why she like Bitch's Eye's daughter or something? What the fuck?
No, she got tatted up by her dad leaving clues in the cipher. But why does she look like Barbara Gordon? Why'd you take the one redhead and not make them a redhead, but then take the blonde and make the blonde a redhead? Fuck it, whatever. So nothing matters. So the episode starts off with Batwoman fighting the false face society, whatever.
Yeah, false face.
And the crows come in and stop her and about to arrest her. And this Batwoman, who by the way, she is the most selfish, petty, vindictive. She is not a hero. She's
great actress, by the way. I want people to understand this.
She's
great actress.
Good actress.
She got good charisma.
Oh, she found a motherfucker.
Great charisma, more than what Ruby was and stuff.
But her character is not a hero.
It's all over the place. It's
vindictive, petty. So the crows come to arrest her.
Yeah.
And this bitch gives a fucking speech to the crows, calling them corrupt and saying they cover up crimes and kill people. And I go, that's fascinating. Aren't you dating a drug cooker,
a drug dealer
who not just deals, who makes the drugs and is part of the fucking game? And you talking about somebody else covering up crimes?
Well, Prime. That's the equivalent of I mean, I guess that's Batwoman's Catwoman. You know, because Batman turns a blind eye to Catwoman shenanigans.
Again, I'll say this because you're not the first person to say that, but I'll counteract that with like, okay, I hear your point, but here's the thing:
I ain't saying
Catwoman is a cat burglar. She doesn't carry a gun.
Okay.
She just steals from the rich.
Hit you with the whip.
She doesn't kill anybody. This bitch actively makes drugs.
The drugs that harms the community.
Them to the community.
Okay,
and then said, what was the episode? The episode with the non-binary dude where she was like, "Oh, I don't want to get the game because I like my job. I like what you like your job. You like what you do, cooking and selling drugs and selling them to the community. You fucking bitch."
That is the equivalent of Black Dynamite. I sell drugs to the community.
That's basically her whole fucking character. But Ryan, I sell drugs to the community, and Ryan's like, you know what, girl, you fine. Let's scissor.
You know
what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm like, I'm sitting there watching this show, and I'm like, is this supposed to be romantic? Am I taking crazy fucking pills? What the fuck? She looks. So you're a fucking hypocrite. You.
And that's on top of Kate's back, just in a new body now. So
So did you remember? Let me tell you how fucked up CW is. Let me tell you how fucking dirty CW is, y'all.
Ruby was like, I would love to come back.
She was like, I would love to come back if they asked. I wouldn't have a problem coming back. The day that they put that shit out,
2 hours later,
dropped we recast the character. Oh.
Either A, Ruby must have really pissed them off with wanting to leave the show, or B, CW doesn't give a shit, or C, it's probably both.
I'm gonna say a little from column A, a little from column B.
My initial thought was like, oh, CW doesn't fucking, she must have pissed them off. All right, that's fair. And then it's like, but then again,
and then she was like, I would love to come back, just not as Batwoman. It's like, but you're Batwoman though. I'm like, why would I want to see you not as Batwoman? It's like, I just come back as Kate. Who wants to see just Kate?
You know what? They're gonna cast her as like Onomatopoeia Man or some shit.
But she's already back. She's been in a couple episodes now.
I know. Yeah, I know that. But I mean, I'm just saying, like Ruby to come back and then just make her like Onomatopoeia Man or something like that, or a version of that character.
Oh well, so she doesn't have to talk. Yeah. I see. Sir, I see what you did there, sir.
Just get Michael Winslow to make the fucking noises, and then that's it. That's all you gotta do.
Michael fucking Winslow.
That's all you gotta do. For those that don't know, onomatopoeia man is a guy that like he makes noises based off of like sound. So when he shoots, you hear the actual noises comes out and stuff. That's basically the gimmick of the character.
Sounds. Like
the comic book sounds like bam,
like
piff.
bam, piff.
Yeah, so that's the gimmick of the character. So I would definitely get Michael Winslow as onomatopoeia man.
Created by Kevin Smith, by the way.
That guy has low-key created characters that they actually use. I hope he's getting a good cut, but probably.
Do you remember? Because onomatopoeia is an Arrow villain, is a Green Arrow villain.
Yeah.
And how when Arrow was started, like Kevin Smith was in his feelings because somebody had asked Greg Berlanti if they're ever going to do onomatopoeia, and he said nah. And so for like Kevin was like he was in his feelings for like a minute until they asked him to get on the Flash. He's like, I wasn't watching any of that shit. But then I watched an episode of The Flash and I fell in love with it and then watched a couple episodes. And then like
that was Greg basically saying, all right, we'll throw him a bone. We'll throw him a bone.
Come direct episode of The Flash. Can I run an episode of Arrow? Nah.
We'll let you do Supergirl. All right, cool.
Can I do Arrow though? Nah.
Flash, Supergirl, that's it. Nah. Because Kevin would immediately get in that writer's room. All right, guys, onomatopoeia man. What we doing?
All right. So we have to know exactly how big Ollie's cock is. Anybody?
Get out the room.
Steven. I brought my tape measure. Steven, don't walk away from me, Steven.
I mean, I know we're not this is the Morphin Metacast, but I have to point out also so Jimmy's sister is Guardian now on the last season of Supergirl, and I'm like, this is kind of pointless, isn't it? Unless she's gonna be in Superman.
So I really hate how that show treats black people, and I really hate how like I'm the only person that's calling that shit out. Did you see that episode where Dreamer and Brainiac? First of all, before I get into this tangent, this show I have to say, like Brainiac 5 and Supergirl are the OTP. So any mileage that you are not getting those two together, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, if they're not on screen together. See, when Prime said that initially on Twitter, I was like, what is he talking about? And then you watch and it's like, oh, I see what he means. Yeah, that's I'm
also somebody from the comic books, like because historically that's the one true pairing from the comics. From Legion of Superheroes is Brainiac 5.
Somehow the writers of Supergirl, they ain't trying to let that happen.
And that's the crazy thing to me, because like I think her and that dude that played Brainiac, I think they got some chemistry together. So I'm like, anytime you're not working those two together, or like if that's not the ultimate end goal, you are wasting everybody's motherfucking time.
And look, at least Batwoman realized, all right, Ruby ain't doing it, but we're leaning heavily on Alice because she'll carry the shit out of this first season, and it worked. They was like, all right.
Yo, check her back, yo, because I'm sure that shit got to hurt. I'm sure she got to pull the muscle. There's some strainage.
They slid 3 stacks of money to her underneath the table, like, all right, you're taking over this show right now.
I'm gonna say, I'm pretty sure she got a slip disc, because goddamn, she carried that whole damn show. Fuck, bro.
And she had an alternate twin, so she was doing double the work.
Like, bro.
No, but still, Supergirl. With the black characters. We were saying, sorry.
And so, this episode where Dreamer and Brainiac 5 went to the past, and they were talking about like slang from the 90s, and Brainiac was like, "You got to say what's up," and Dreamer said, "Oh yeah, me and my sister used to say this all the time." Until my mother made us write an essay about how etymologically that phrase was ridiculous. And I'm sitting there like, so what is etymologically ridiculous about the colloquial transformation of the phrase "what's up" into "what's up"? Oh, I'm sorry, you're being classist. Oh, my bad. My fault. I didn't catch that. Ooh, excuse me.
Damn.
And then like how the show treated Jimmy as like a fucking prop for the whole first season. That bothered hell of me. So the guy playing Jimmy, from True Blood, Jax.
Yeah, Jax.
I call him Jax bitch. So the whole first season, how they treated that man like a fucking prop to be won, where Kara was actively sabotaging that man's life and relationships
across the board, like.
Full like there
his love life,
let's like just like, oh, I'm so in love with Jimmy. I gotta be with Jimmy. Just actively sabotage this man's relationships.
When they got together, it was like,
just like, whatever. I'm like, you fucking bitch.
Then his run as good, and then like the way they use him as Guardian, it was just like up and down, and it's like, what, And what really struck me is how Fucking Crisis on Earth X when fucking Evil Ollie just murdered his ass.
I just like, and then see the Guardians. I'm still to this day, I'm like, you could have fixed a whole lot of problems with this relationship if you had just made that dude playing Win. If he was Jimmy fucking Olsen, because he looks like Jimmy fucking Olsen.
Yep.
And just made that dude Steel and just like, oh, Clark told me to come watch you.
Yo, if they did make Mikael Brooks Steel, that would have been great. Johnny in the Irons. And also crossover appeal because hey, we got a Superman show.
Now ain't go Superman to be Steel. And then you make his Guardian suits fucking silver. Like you knew you fucked up. It's like you realized you fucked up.
His sister got the better suit. That's the crazy part of it.
Then it just kills me. His sister looks like fucking Guardian. What the fuck? What are you doing over there?
It's like, oh shit, we fucked up. All right, we'll give the sister the better suit. I'm like, but you could have gave it.
It's like, so in your rush to like show how progressive you are, you fucking cut this black man off at the knees at every narrative fucking turn. Because like, we gotta have a black guy. We'll just race swap Jimmy Olsen. Nobody cares about Jimmy Olsen. Yes, we do. Go fuck.
I didn't have a problem with them race swapping it and stuff because the potential was there. The potential was there.
And I tell you why I do. Because like, ideally, I don't like race swapping characters because there are so many characters on the bench. Like, if you say like, well, we got to have a black character in the show. Well, let's just you don't have to race swap. You can just actually grab a black character that's from the comic books and just bring them into the show. And like, well, you got to change some things. Of course, you got to change some things. It's an adaptation. You're already changing shit.
People don't mind changes to characters.
Like you can make certain changes to like, but you can still just use the character as they appear in the comic book.
We got two different Wildcats. Wildcats and Arrow was a guy that was a boxer, but he wasn't an old boxer, but he was a boxer that trained other people. And he trained. No bullshit. He actually did train Black Canary, which was actually pretty great.
And Catwoman. And Batman in the comics.
Yeah, in the comics. So they kept the gist of that in Arrow. What was it? Was it season 2 they had him in there? Or season 3? Yeah, season 2. So they kept the gist of that character. It's like, okay, cool. That's Wildcat, fine. So yeah, I see what you're saying with Jimmy. That makes sense. Yeah.
And
so
then like when they did Stargirl, like okay, we got to have the kid JSA. They didn't just make a bunch of brand new characters. Like no, they wouldn't get the actual characters from the fucking comic books. Like we need a black Arrow. We need a black Dr. Midnight. They didn't just make up a black Dr. Midnight. They went and got Beth Chapel. Like you can do that shit. Like you don't have to change anything. You can just grab the characters as they exist in the comic books and just use them for whatever story you're trying to tell. But that takes work. That takes research. These motherfuckers don't want to do that.
Then again, if they did make Mikael Brooks Steel, they probably would have pulled the Luke Fox with them, so we wouldn't have saw the suit in the first. We wouldn't even. I think he would have been tech support, which is fine. I guess he could have did the tech shit. He could have, like I said, he could have did everything that Wynn was doing. Like he could have done the tech shit. He could have built the suits. He could have built like the fucking gadgets. He could have done shit that Steel was known for do. And he's just saying like, oh, Clark told me to come watch you, and that would have also been okay. That makes more sense for Clark to send John Henry to watch Kara than fucking. What is Jimmy gonna fucking do? Take a goddamn picture for Instagram? What the fuck? Oh man! Speaking of which, did you see the picture of I saw somebody posted it up here, Vulcan and Valkyrie's new forms?
Yes, I did, from their new movie, which is also the ending of 01 because the show ended on a fucking cliffhanger.
Yay, cliffhangers!
Did you see this Vulcan's new form? That shit is tight. It's tight. Bro. Now I'm really upset that we never get to see.
I like the rainbow one though, so it's kind of like but
his forms don't miss. Show me a bad Vulcan form.
That's true.
Show me one. Show me one. You can't because you can't. You fucking can't. You can't.
There's none.
All his forms are dope. I'm upset that we never saw Yaiba use the Anubis one, the Jackal.
Yeah.
And as a rider drop, I was waiting on that shit to get a rider. I
wish that they did a fusion with that and Valkyrie suit.
That's what I was waiting. I was waiting to see like a Valkyrie form of that suit, but I guess not.
I guess they just figured because we talked about that before. They were talking about like how a lot of women in the Kamen Rider shows don't have agency and all that jazz and stuff. Which I get the complaints. I get it. It is what it is.
I wouldn't say agency. Like, I guess there are a couple of characters, but I feel like a lot of people think that the female characters should have bigger
roles. Yeah.
And the people that say that are also ignoring the female characters that do have bigger roles, but that's not
But they're non-writers, Prime, so clearly we don't care about
well,
them.
they don't care about you only matter if you got a costume.
So I mean, have you still been you still collect figure arts?
Yes, I do, sir. Yes, I do. I have a box sitting over there, as a matter of fact, that I haven't opened up yet. Now I'm upset that I didn't get the pre-order for Kamen Rider Black, the renewal. But now that I'm hearing some of the stories, I'm glad I didn't get.
Yeah, so what's the stories behind it? I meant to hit up Ginga about that because I think it wasn't him, it was somebody else that did a review of it. What was the issue with that Kamen Rider Black?
Okay, so the issue with this Kamen Rider Black, and again, I don't have one, so I can't comment from firsthand knowledge. This is just what I've seen people talk about online. So whatever the materials that they use to make the figure, because I don't think there are that many noticeable joints on it. Whatever figures they use, it's very brittle and they crack and break extremely easily.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Wow.
You can find pictures. Like I saw one because if you've seen the material of the suit for Kamen Rider Black, they're like, we always call it that coconut meat. But you know what I'm talking about, like that brown, that brown aspect of it.
Yeah.
Somebody on Twitter, somebody from Japanese Twitter, they posted a picture. He said he tried to pose his shit and like the shit just cracked all up and down like the neck right here. Yeah,
man, that'd be one of those. Let me go ahead and keep that shit in the box and don't open
and I'm
it
like,
ever.
and like those renewal figure arts, them shits ain't cheap. So
this is why
I will
stick with I'll stick with figurized figures and call it a day.
So I was kind of like, man, I really wanted one, but now I'm like, ooh, I guess I missed a bullet. Ooh.
Yeah. It's there and stuff. Oh, 01, you mentioned earlier about the DVD. That's on Tokusatsu right now.
Oh, I didn't know because I haven't been keeping up because I've been watching a lot of Ultraman. I'm trying to finish up Ultraman Taro, and I finally broke down and bought the classic Thundercats on DVD. So I've been watching.
I saw your tweets about that.
Here's my thing. WB, come to the monitor for a second. Let me talk to y'all for a second.
I heard the releases were just like
they're bare bones.
I know they're bare bones.
Ain't shit on there, and like the episodes I've watched so far is in season 1.
Yeah.
It's on the DVD. They did not attempt to like clean up or remaster. It looked like they literally just took the footage off a VHS tape, recorded off a TV, and slapped them shits on the DVD ISO.
Prime, that's exactly what they did.
That's 1000% what they did. They're like, they didn't do
like
noise reduction. They ain't clean up shit.
Because it ain't like the Warner Media Archive of what they did with SWAT Cats, where it actually looks really good. It's DVD, but it looks really good.
I still need to get that shit too. And it's like, look, if I had a choice, I would rather the show be presented as close to the original as possible. Because I'm not a fan of what, like, for example, what Funimation did to Dragon Ball. Like, I hate that shit.
They've done so many versions.
Oh my god, they like where the show just looks like washed out and just like looks fucking hideous, where you lose all the detail.
Yep.
But like I also think like you can do a little something. You can sharpen the image a little bit because like you're on a different medium now. But again, that takes work, that takes effort. So I understand. So no, I didn't know that 01 was on Shout Factory now. So I'm gonna have to take a look. And I heard that Live Man was popped up somewhere when people were talking about how they're gonna watch different shows now. And
Live Man pops up on the streaming service. That'd be great.
Somebody said Shout TV, but I'm like, are you sure it's on Shout TV?
Are you sure about that, guys? I don't know.
Because it's on Shout TV, I'm watching that shit tonight.
That's the case. I mean, did they say when that Ultraman CGI movie's dropping?
They did not. Now, the story behind that, did I just close that window? I did because I'm big brain.
It's big brain energy. Big brain energy.
I just closed the window. I thought we weren't going to talk about it no more. So the movie is being done by the guy who did Kubo and the Two Strings, which is a really good movie if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, that's a really good movie.
It's a really good movie. Easily one of my favorite movies. And the story behind this is it's an original story, so it's not adapting anything from a TV show or a manga.
Oh, wow.
And it's a story about a baseball player who comes home and he becomes Ultraman and he has to raise a baby kaiju as his own. Now, there's a lot of things you can do with that story. And I was talking to my friend Alex about that, and we were trying to figure out, so what's the kaiju gonna be? And I said, I figured if it's Karma, the baby kaiju should be a Baltan, because that just makes sense to me. Because
Oh,
like,
come on now.
you got a Ultraman, there's some redress that needs to be given there.
Yeah.
And
Callbacks.
like, and you can do a story where like if the Baltans come to like reclaim the baby, like, and Baltans got to beef with Ultraman, like you can do a story there. But he says it might be Gamora, and I'm like, I can see that too. That makes sense because Gamora is the friendly kaiju, so I can get that. I get that. We also tossed around like, could it be Bomber or could it be Red King? Those are also good options. So we'll just have to, because we're trying to figure out if it's gonna be an existing kaiju, because Supro, they love their synergy. They love their
called they I'm pretty sure they're gonna do some monster that's familiar but newish to a degree, kind of like meld them both in at the same time,
which they might be. So it depends, like, do they want the synergy for the old shit, or do they want to create a brand new kaiju and then bring that kaiju over to live action? So we'll see.
Lastly, this is actually, you know what, this is one of those situations in tokusatsu where you just ask yourself, I'm surprised this wasn't done sooner. But it's this bad boy. This little suit.
Yes.
I'm surprised this wasn't done sooner. Like, for some reason, when I saw that, I was like, so you have a paraplegic Sentai hero. That's actually dope. I could have sworn this happened before, but it hasn't. Apparently, this is the first one.
All right, and isn't Gio, isn't he the main actor?
Yeah. Yeah, from what I'm seeing.
So I'm here for it.
I'm liking it. I'm digging it. I mean, look. Look. The last time, this is like basically, I basically said this on Facebook. I was like, this feels like a tokusatsu version of Mantis.
Yo.
Except he's not walking, but he got the wheelchair and it's powered up too. And I was like, this is actually pretty good. I like this.
Let's fucking go.
Oh man. Also, shout out to Carl Lumbly, man. This man has been cashing checks like a motherfucker. Because at some point we're going to talk about Falcon Winter Soldier and stuff, but on a separate show. But like, I'm enjoying the fact that everybody's giving that man his flowers finally.
I mean, he well earned, goddammit.
Dude has played every hero under the sun. This dude has played a DC hero. He's played a Marvel hero, original hero. This guy has done it all on top of being just a class actor and stuff. And also, I need to see a scene of him ripping off the Winter Soldier's arm, because he had a big old black man energy when he told Bucky that shit.
Oh yeah, he was on swole. He was like, what?
Yo, with the sleeves rolled up too, I was like, oh, he about to fuck up Bucky right there.
Leave, Bucky.
Run now.
You take your raisins and potato salads, you get the fuck out that room, Bucky.
So as he said, hey, I see you grew your arm back. I'm like, oh shit. You better take it now. Oh man. But anyways, yeah, we just wanted to do a news one. I guess if we do another episode, I did finish watching Return of Ultraman. We could do that
with big ass Hideki Go.
Yeah, we could do that.
Or isn't this something somebody said they wanted us to do?
Okay.
Did we have a fan request?
Yeah. Because somebody wanted us to see the last Sentai, Cure Major.
Cure Major.
Which I need to finish up actually.
Oh, I love Cure Major. I'm a Cure Major
fan. I was thinking, because Zenkaiger is the anniversary season, right? I'm thinking we do Gokaiger.
Finally do Gokaiger.
Do Gokaiger. Just cause. Just do Gokaiger because it's the anniversary season, and I mean one of the
Zenkaiger. Yeah.
Yeah, so might as well, which I wasn't expecting, honestly, when I saw that. I was like, oh, it's Gokaiger themed. Okay.
Oh, you do know I've been studying that dance. I'm gonna do that shit.
Look, when I saw that dance, because at first I was like, what the fuck everybody talking about dancing for? And I was like, oh, that's what that is. I was like, oh shit. All right.
Oh, I'm doing that dance, bro. that video is coming. It's happening.
I don't know, man. You think that dance is hot, or the one that the team from Zoojer? The one that Dino Charge was based off of.
Oh, Kyoger?
Kyoger, my bad. Kyoger. I don't know, man. It's like Kyoja or that one. It's a toss up on dances.
I don't know, man. I gotta do that. I'm gonna do it. And
I'm
debating.
I'm just saying you gotta get the toy in order to do it too. On top of that, I'm just saying.
If I do it, I'm going all out. I'm getting the coat and everything.
Look, I need that. Look, to this day, I'm still trying to get Captain Marvelous's fucking pirate jacket.
Bro.
I want that so bad. I will literally wear that shit out in DC in 90-degree weather because reasons.
Because it's fly. That's fucking why.
Shit's fly. I need the vest though. I need the vest. I can't just wear the jacket. I need the vest in a dress shirt underneath it to make it little like pop.
So you can walk around DC, people call you Captain Black Sparrow?
Exactly. Except, I need that. I need that in my life, right? I mean, I'm still mad, old boy that rolled into Dunkin' Donuts on Pirate Day. They looked at him like, you're not a pirate.
I'm still mad.
That angers me. I'm like, you don't see the pirate motif on his suit? Nah, bro, man, it's not pirate enough. I'm like,
he's like, Power Rangers don't get a free donut. Did you see the dude that was like, no, he's a pirate Power Ranger? He's like, he was trying to show him on the phone, like, no, I can show you proof he's a fucking pirate Power Ranger. Give that man his donut.
My nigga had to put on a fucking pirate eye patch in order for them to get it. I was like, ain't that about a bitch, man? That's like
shit. Look, bullshit. You reading my mind because I was thinking about that shit yesterday. Because I was thinking about going to Dunkin' to get that strawberry frosted donut. I was like, that fucking goddamn dude dressed like Captain Marvelous.
Every time, dude, I swear to God.
Every time I think about Dunkin' Donuts, every time I think about Krispy Kreme,
that shit irks me to this day. I'm like, that bothers me. Even if I didn't know anything about Power Rangers, Super Sentai, I would give that dude donuts because I'm like, that looks very pirate thing.
That motherfucker had a skull and crossbone on his chest, a big ass skull and crossbone on his goddamn chest.
That angers me so much. That's like somebody saying that you're not a fan of a sports team, but you're wearing the fucking jersey and the hat, and it's like, what are you talking about, man? It's like, what are you talking about? I am the fan.
You got your face painted. You got your car with the fucking flags flapping on that shit. Oh no, you fair weather. Man, go fuck yourself. Dude, I'm mad about this shit. Look, somebody find that dude because I want to send that man some donuts. That's why I think about that shit. I get mad as hell.
If again he had the helmet on, so you can't see his face. I know he was blown. Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Because he kept doing this shit. He's like, hey, this is a pirate symbol. What are you doing? Give my goddamn donut.
My man mouth was watering for them dozen donuts that day. He was like, yo, I'm in the suit.
Yo, and the line, that's also made me mad because that line was wrapped around the fucking building. So he had to stand in line. Bro.
In that suit. And had the sword too. For shame.
Power Ranger get a donut. I'm like, and again, shout out to that dude that was like, no, he's a pirate Power Ranger.
You see
Give him his donut. No, you watch the show.
They gave it to him because he put on the fucking
eye patch.
I was like, you know what, man? A for ingenuity that they gave it to him, but still, it's like, come on, man. Like, come on.
Somebody find that man. I want to buy that man a donut. Get a man a box of donuts. That's fucked up.
Man. But anyways, that's Morphin Metacast. We come back. Go Kaiger.
Go Kaiger.
So PC live later. Peace.
Wiedersehen, dudes.